Hi guys, so this morning I am going to be trying out the Anna Griffin cake pop-up card making kit. If I have links for this, they will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So this one's, I hope it's going to be fun. I already did the review of the die set, which is really nice, and I do understand that there's paper that goes along with that if you want to have like the strips look like the little cake, like kind of what's in this kit. But this is just the card bases basically, so it's just a lot of die cut pieces and things like that. So I'll have the links in the description box for both if I have that, and to the other video if you want to see it. So I think this is going to come together pretty quickly because all we're going to need is glue. I've already done this before, so I'm kind of familiar with how it needs to be put together, but again, the idea sheet's always very pretty. A lot of instruction, and these are very similar to the instructions on the other one, but kind of. There's a lot more writing here and things. I don't know. Final step, glue this panel. Okay. Okay, so there's more info on the actual little pieces, and maybe that's already written on here, so we'll put that to the side. But yeah, plenty of instruction here. This is the part that was kind of confusing on that last one, because you want to take this, you apply adhesive, so kind of towards the middle. You're going to apply it to one of the little supports, and then bring it around, and when you bring it back around, you still want to put more adhesive here. So that, that's a little better instruction. Okay, so we have some foam squares, adhesive, and these are all the cake bases. So we have like the little base doily kind of thing. All the pieces you're going to need for that, the layers and the strips. What I do like is that this does have sentiments. I'm sorry, I must not have talked this morning yet because my voice is just like, ugh. Okay, so we have all these sentiments. Another little set of like sentiments, little flowers to decorate with. Just some more things to build up backgrounds, or like swirls, and I mean everything. There's plenty of everything. We have our card bases. No, let me show you this because I forgot to mention last time. And some videos I remember, some videos I forget. Pretty much all her card bases have this on the back, so you can sign. This is handmade by, and you can sign it. But these are really pretty and decorated on obviously the inside and the top here. Let's look at the colors. Ugh, these things always drive me nuts. So here we go. This one's light blue. The light blue inside. This one's just a little more plain. There's a little bit of a gray tone. Is that just me? Maybe around this frame. Really pretty kind of minty. I would say almost Tiffany, but it's a little bit more green. Peachy color. Another white base. This one's just pretty much all creamy or creamy colored, I guess. Like the next one does have two colors on there. Just try to open this so you guys can see them. Nope. Of course, that one's turned the other way. Pretty, pretty. Minty color. See how that one's different from this one? So I'd say this is more like a Tiffany blue, but it's still a little more green. This one is kind of a lime green. And like a yellowish cream color. They're basically the same on the inside as they are on the outside, whatever you're seeing there. Cream colored envelopes, and then I don't know if these are for the envelopes, what they feel like. They look like stickers, so we'll talk about that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is probably go through and at least pick out which card base I want, and then the layers that we need for the cake, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did pick out a card base, but I figured we can go through these. And how many of you guessed I'd pick the pink one? Alright, let's see here. What I was going to show you about this is that pretty much all the bases are the same, other than the little strips of color it looks like, and then the little candle top. So hopefully you can see that. So we need one of these. You need to pick one of the candles. I don't know if I need everything to be pink. She does have it coordinated, so it's like the same cake color, same everything. So I guess I'll grab a pink one. Is it this pink? So it's kind of hard to tell the difference between like this pink. It's kind of peachy. This one's a little more pink tone. That one's kind of purpley. So I guess to me it's this one. I don't think it matters. Whatever you put on there is gonna look cute. So ooh. I moved my whole thing here. Okay, so then we need the little wrappers that are going to wrap around, and again, I guess it's this one. I'm not gonna worry too much because this one also, it's a little bit different. And then there's this one. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. This one matches too, though. Okay, we'll go with that one. So we have a couple things here. We have the little top layer, that piece. Oh, I hear Miranda's awake. My kids have been waking up every day earlier and earlier, so it's like I can't get up any earlier than they are before school, you know? I was like, this is what I'll do. I'll just make sure to get up real early. Well, okay, so these are all the same again. Why is there more of these guys that are just mixed in here for some reason? Okay. Cake plate. I'm gonna go with this one. Some of these pinks are so close, but at the same time, I think that part doesn't really matter. She's using the full pink on this one, the one that looks like this. So I suppose I'll do that too. But this one has that cute little edging and it's the same color pink. There's probably a few cards in there that have the same tone. Of course, now I'm looking for the other one that looked like the one we chose here. It's very cute. It's this one. One or two. Okay. Let me put these things away and we'll start building up. Okay, so I made that last cake a couple weeks ago, so it's not like I have it fresh in my memory, but we're gonna start with this guy. I do remember this part. And so number 2 is this. Number 1 was to pick everything out that you're gonna use. And she did use a mishmash of colors in her example, but you know, do whatever you want. So these pieces we're gonna fold in and tape down. So I would normally use a wet glue because wet glue holds up longer over time, but we're gonna put the glue on this and on this. And let me get this bone folder. People always comment about my bone folder when I use it. It's all sticky. This is super old. Actually, I keep saying it's recollection. Sorry, this is a Martha Stewart one, but it's like probably one of the first things I bought 15 years ago or something. Okay, so that's that. And then we need to get our bottom tier, which is different from this one. Obviously, this is the top. This one's the bottom one. And this guy's going to go right through the center. And I'm going to orient it so it's the same as the picture in case you have it. So see how this tab is FB facing me. And again, I don't know why they bring the saucer out at this point, but fine. So we're going to put this through here. The candle is facing me. It doesn't probably matter because it looks the same on either side. I'm going to pop this right through. And it pretty much goes all the way down to the bottom like that. And then number 3, it says to align the center slots of bottom tier panel with the center slot on base panel, slide tab A through the center slot. Okay, so we're down in here. One thing I will mention is her picture, and maybe I just folded it, you know, I folded these backwards, but not really because it's colored tab A and then the little folds are facing you, but that's not really how it ends up looking, so that's fine. Either way, tab A is facing me, just so that we don't get confused. Okay, all the way down. And then we're going to apply adhesive to tab A and adhere to area A on the base panel. Again, we're going to bring this guy out. Okay, so tab A. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to put glue on all these pieces because it's it's easier to do it now. So I'm just going to put some here, put some on here. Okay, so when I bring this in, I'm going to slide tab A through here. And they're very nice and tight, so that's good. But tab A goes right here, and then tab A glues into tab A, right? So wherever A normally wants to bend, there is a little bit of a crease on it, like a score line. Get that going. And then B, when we come through, there's already glue there. So now all I'm going to do is kind of give them a score. And this little B tab is going to go through that slit on the outer part of your saucer. Again, nice and thick paper so the slits are nice and tight, so it's going to take you a little second to get this through here. And then again, there's a little score mark on that, so I'm just going to fold that up. Same thing with the other side. We have that score. And we'll score a little bit just to get it ready. And slide it through the other tab. So cute. cute. So on that last card, I didn't train it yet, but I'm just going to bend that just a little bit, just to have a little something, because we're going to train it before we actually stick it on the card. I think that's the best thing to do. Otherwise, you might have something gangly going on, but this is already sturdier and cuter looking than the one I made myself. But again, I guess I'll have to learn to use maybe some thicker paper a little bit. Okay, so we already did that. That's step 5. Step 6 was to put the adhesive, which I did first, so we didn't have to deal with it. Otherwise, if you didn't put the adhesive right now, you'd be trying to put adhesive on here, and you're going to flatten it out. Like, it's just a pain. So I think what I did was probably better. And, okay. We had this facing us. And now for the next one, she has it with F facing, so that's fine. Okay, we have it facing us just in case. And number 7 is to take the top tier, which is this little guy, and you're just going to pop it down. But I'm going to go ahead and train these things. And this time, what I did last time is I went ahead and put the glue on here, so I'll show you that in just a second. I want you to see under here, there's these letters C underneath, which is hard to get to now, right? And you're supposed to put glue there or put on the tab after you shove it through, and that's really not ideal. So I'm going to put the glue on this right now. And this works with a dry glue like this. If it's wet, obviously it's going to get all over the place, so don't do that. But I have F facing me just so you guys have the same registration mark. So now we're going to have G facing me, and we're just going to pop this through. Pop our little candle through here, all the way down to where it stops, which is further than the candle base, right there. Okay, so now when I put these things through, and I think it's gonna bend out when we get there, yeah. You're gonna stick it through these little slots, and the glue's already on there, and usually this wet glue is not gonna make it a problem, or dry glue, sorry, for you to push it through here. There you go. And again, I had already given it a little bit of a bend, so it's easy for me to bend it and stick it there. So it's almost like defying gravity. It's hard to get under there, so I recommend putting the glue on first. Again, if you're using a wet glue, you're just going to have to get in there with like a little tab or whatever, with a small applicator. And I'm going to push this through here. And it comes out towards the area that's marked C underneath. So there's our basic little cake. So cute. And when it goes in the card, it's going to bend up like this. So see how it's kind of going down on itself there? And then this one also should do the same thing, I believe. Let me see here. It's hard to tell which way this one's going to bend. Is it going to go up? No, there we go. All right. So that's kind of how we're going to train it. Okay. You saw that was kind of funky, and then it finally did its thing. Okay. So there's that. And now we're going to take these guys. And again, are they doing the bottom one first? Okay. Again, I want to keep it the same. So we have, okay, this is D, and I is facing us right now. And then we have this area. You're supposed to put adhesive on D, and then on F, and then on E. But guess what? I'm going to do it all right now, because by the time you get there, it will be hard to do. Okay. Actually, we could have put it on the back of E, but that's okay. That way it's all in the same spot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bend these guys just to get them in position, get them ready. And they're saying to take D and stick it to D, which makes that very easy. So D here. I'm going to get my hand out of the way. That is not the easiest thing to do. I want that to really stick. So D to D. And then of course this wraps around, and this wraps around. But before you get there, this F needs to touch here, this F, right? So this is the part that was not super clear on the last instruction with the dies. So hopefully this kind of helps you. So those two are touching. Again, I'm just going to use a bone folder, something to help me get in there. And then this comes around, and the E tab right into where we had put the glue on, the little section that said E. Super difficult to get to. I'm going to shove this in here. Hopefully you don't bend that too badly. Try to get that closed. I think once we close it up like this, we'll have a little help. There we go. Okay. So cute. This is very much cuter, obviously. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing with the top one. Let's just get this trained up. And I'm doing this different than before with the glue, but that's fine. Lots of glue on G. Try to get it only in that spot because if you stick it somewhere else, it will click to each other. I'll put this one here on H, and I'll put this one here on, I'm sorry, on I, and then on H on this outer tab. But again, you could have just hit that outer tab there. So G, G, and G are going to touch each other here. And bring this around. I and I should touch here. That one's a little bit easier. And then this comes around and that H will tuck in and meet up with the other H. Again, that one's hard to get to, but if we squish it, we can kind of give it a squish so that they touch. Okay, I'm giving it a good rub there. Aww, that is such a cute cake. Okay. So now it says that here in assemble cake to card base where shown, align and fold the base panel with the fold on the card base. And that's all it says. And it says to just put super lot of adhesive here. Final step, glue this panel with assembled cake to card base. Now, I would definitely use a wet glue for this. I'm going to use a dry glue, this one, just to get it going, because otherwise it's going to take a very long time for me to wait to open it and all that. So I'm going to take this, but they literally show you to have this thing decked out in glue all over. Maybe I'll put some of this and then maybe I'll do some wet glue too. This is not ideal, okay? What I would normally do is take my wet glue and come in, because obviously it's harder to get that all over this, but at the same time I want it to stick right away, so I will get some glue on here on these outer portions. Hopefully that'll be enough to stick for now. And then pick which side you want to be the front, I suppose. And you're just going to put it right in that crease. Again, with pop-up cards, and when you put it in the crease, it's not going to stay in the crease. It needs to move a little bit. So I'm not sticking it down real hard yet. I'm going to close. Oops. I'm going to have to hold it here. That's not quite it. I'm going to fold it and see where it wants to be. I have a feeling it doesn't open up completely flat, because this is what the other one did too. And then I'm like, maybe, why am I in my mind? It has to be flat, but like, it's almost impossible for it to open flat. Because see how right now, okay, now it's flat, but when I close it, it is going to move. And when I open it back up, it is going to be in a different spot. See, it just does the same thing. So I'm just gonna say that's good enough. Super cute. Yeah, it does say use a bone folder because, again, that's why I trained it. If I hadn't trained this before, whenever I bent it in, it would be very hard to go ahead and close it. So it's always good to give it a little training, let it kind of go in on itself before you really do anything else. And then you got your bone folder. And now we have our beautiful little cake. And try to open it as far as you can, but again, it's not going to open 100% completely open because that crack part. And I've always talked about that whenever we make up pop-ups. Okay. In their picture, it's flat, but there's no way. I have a feeling she probably hadn't folded it. It just is for demo, right? So the thing is flat on the paper, and oh, look at that. But it doesn't work that way in real life. Okay. So let's see. Like any of these, they're super flat. It's not going to happen. That one has a little bit of a gap. Okay, so we're going to decorate. Let me pick out some of the items that we have in here. We'll do something with the front and add a little something on the inside. I'll be right back. I just want to show you there's a lot more prettiness in here. Every one of these has like some color to it or something different. And there's tons of them. And then even these things, I thought, oh, okay, all these swirls and stuff, but there's like balloons in here and more swirls. I'm kind of taking inspiration here from the one that she has on the front here. I can't really see 100% what she did, but it's pretty, so I'll try something like that. Again, always super generous with these kind of things, but we expect that, don't we, with the price point sometimes. Happy birthday she used. I'm just going to pick something. I'll do It's Time to Celebrate. It has a lot of pink 2. There's a lot of pink going on here. And then some little flowers. So I'll pick through these little flowers. And then one of these little tags on the inside, I guess, is just for like your sentiment if you want. So maybe we'll do that, but I will be right back. So I'm just going to do something like this and see what happens. So you guys know I don't get too crazy with this stuff. Let me move this out of the way. Is this a sticker? So pretty much always forget that these are stickers. But this one's a sticker. It does hang off the edge though, so it's kind of odd, but I'm going to try and get this right down the middle as well as I can. That's the middle we will see. And then I have this pretty lady. I don't really want to stick this down quite yet, so I'm barely going to touch it for now because I'm not exactly sure where I want this to be. So I'm barely placing that. And then we have the little balloon. So she has something kind of inspired like this on the front there of the idea sheet. Oh, see, that's the thing. It's going to hang off the card and there's going to get dirt and stuff stuck on that. Whenever there's an area that you don't want to stick, you can just rip the backing so that that piece stays, you know, on the back of it, and then you don't have stickiness where you don't want it. And these guys, we can pop them up. I think I'm just going to keep them flat. But if you want, you know, don't take the back off, and you can use the dimensional adhesives that are in the kit to give more dimension. But I'm just going to flatten these out. And that is it. So hopefully, since we had a little bit of training, we know a little bit better than the last time around. But let me see here. And you guys know I don't like hiding too many things. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this little one over here in this top corner, and that will be it for the front. Oh goodness. Alright, here we go. You know, it's so funny. I do like the homeschooling, the online learning this time around better because it's just more engaging, but at the same time, I tell you, I walk away and I'm like, okay, Miranda, what do they want you to do? She's like, I don't know. Great. So I have to sit with her like the whole time. I don't know where I want this. Hold on. Just to kind of fill that in, I guess. So yeah, so now I'll stick it down. So I have to sit with her the whole time, and taking breaks in between to make videos, like, you know, whenever she's on break, it's just not working out that well. So thank you guys for your comments, everyone. I haven't even had time to respond, but everyone's like, don't worry about it, we understand. I mean, obviously things are different right now, but look at that. Very pretty. And then you have, open it up and you have your little cake. And again, this is going to be oriented this way. So when they open a card, you think it, you know, but this, I like this orientation because it had some note to open it this way. Otherwise, if it's long ways and they open it, it's like, oh, okay, you know. All right. We'll use one of these little tags just because, and I suppose you can write a little message there. Yeah, so no, but thank you guys so much. Everyone's like, I know family comes first, and you know, if I have a video, great. If I don't have a video, hopefully I'll have at least one video a day. But I just have to plan better. I just didn't think I'd be so slammed. It was crazy. I guess we'll use this one. These are super thick. That's nice. I like that. And that's weird. So I saw that she used that on this other one. It's kind of odd. Let me see. Maybe she just put it down this bottom corner with a little flower. Put another little flower up in the top corner. Alright, fine. We'll put this here. Again, it covers up some stuff, and you know I don't like that, but let me move that over like this. She put a flower here, and then she added another one up here just for funsies. That does look cute. And this one's kind of bigger than what she used, but thank you guys so much. These cards are really cute. After I was done making the pop-up one, the original one, now that I know, you know, how to do it, it's not hard. It didn't take very long, and now it's going to take even less time, right? But this is pretty, just to have all the different ornate stuff that goes with it. I'm trying to see how this actually goes, because it's kind of like up and down. I'll just put that right there. And then we have all those other things, like this little thing that says, like, you know, you're the best, or whatever you want to put. Ooh, All right, so there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Really pretty kit. Of course, they're always gorgeous. Everything she includes is always gorgeous, but you know, if you like this kind of thing, it is really pretty. I mean, look at that. All right, guys, I'll have pictures for you, links in the description box. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you again so much for being understanding and awesome, and always super appreciative of you guys. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.